Orange and yellow words appear. Nickelodeon presents. An aerial view pans over leafy green trees in a forest. Then large stone letters fade in. Legends of the Hidden Temple. A tram passes under a sign that reads, Hidden Temple Park. A teen girl sits between two younger boys. One of the boys jumps up as the tram comes to a stop. Sadie exits the tram and follows the boys. At the doors of the stone temple, Kirk tosses large carved pendants of life toward the tourists. Kirk smiles at the audience as they disperse. Sadie furrows her eyebrows. Noah turns to Kirk, then back to Sadie and his younger brother Dudley. Noah walks up to Kirk. Addressing Kirk, Kirk picks up one of the pendants from the ground and drops it into a bag. Noah picks up one of the pendants of life. He touches the large stone doors. He turns back to Kirk. Kirk holds up a tattered, discolored map. He gives the map to Noah, who looks up and smiles. Dudley returns with a soft drink and a t-shirt draped over his shoulder. He holds it up. Noah trades the map for the shirt. Noah wears the green shirt under his jacket. Sadie watches the boys approach a fence. The two brothers pass through a wooded area. As the kids touch the walls, Sadie dashes over. They fall through a trap door. Meanwhile, Kirk returns to the front of the temple. Below ground, the kids explore the dark area where they landed. Startled, the trio jumps back. The view whips around the room. They look around frantically and grab sticks off the floor. They hold the sticks like weapons as a small green monkey reveals itself. Dudley drops his stick. Sadie discards her stick, then examines a tall rock. As she climbs, the room shakes. She jumps down, and the rock crumbles to reveal a pillar with a stone face and glowing red eyes. Now, a view pans backward over a cloud-covered forest. Flashback, a man wears a king's crown and holds the pendant of life. The two men, King Olmec and Zuma, look out from atop the large temple. The guards storm the temple. Silhouetted by golden light, Thak marches into the temple, revealing his war-painted face. The other men charge toward Olmec and Zuma. A battle ensues. Olmec holds out the pendant, and a blast of gold light knocks back the attacking guards. Zuma and Thak get to their feet as Olmec tosses the pendant into the air. Thak's sword splits the pendant in half. The brothers catch one half each. Zuma dashes down a tunnel, removes a metal cuff from his arm, tosses it to the ground, and runs away. Thak picks up the cuff, then leads the guards down the tunnel. Olmec sits on his throne and punches his chest, igniting streams of gold fiery light. Thak and his men pause in the tunnel as the lights surround them. Light engulfs Thak and the other warriors, turning them to stone. In another room, Zuma turns toward the oncoming wall of light. As it surrounds the young man, he clutches one half of the pendant, then turns to stone. Now in present day, Olmec's eyes glow red. Sadie draws Noah away by the shoulders. She gestures. As the room shakes, Noah descends a few more steps. Mikey lifts his hand. Noah reaches the bottom and passes through a gold force field. Sadie tries to stop Dudley, but they both tumble down the stairs through the force field. They spring to their feet. Sadie attempts to go back through the barrier but cannot. Elsewhere, the parents relax in a spring. The father accepts a drink and hands one to the mother. Back in the temple, Noah looks to Sadie, then to Dudley, who kneels next to the monkey. Noah holds up the map. Sadie watches as Noah walks off with the map. Now he shines a flashlight on the map. He turns back to Sadie and Dudley, who follow. He leads the others down a dark, narrow tunnel. They come to a ledge which overlooks a large pit. Noah lifts his gaze toward ropes that hang from the ceiling. He puts on his pack, reaches out, and grabs one of the ropes. Sadie grabs a rope and takes a few steps back. Dudley picks up the monkey and puts it on his shoulder, then joins his sister, who puts an arm around him. They lift off and the ropes snap. The three kids plummet toward the bottom of the pit. They land in a fluffy pile of leaves. They get to their feet and brush themselves off. The room shakes and Dudley falls back. Rising to his feet, Dudley touches the wall and darts fly at the kids. Human skulls litter the ground. Noah picks one up and throws it at a wall. A dart flies out from behind and nails the skull to the wall. The kids approach the wall to inspect the skull. They jump back, then discover a caged area with a large figure inside. As they run, Dudley's leg presses another button. Gears turn, and the cage door slowly begins to rise. The brothers look up as Mikey climbs the darts like a ladder. Noah sprays a wall and a dart shoots out. They use the spray to draw the darts to the walls, forming a new ladder. Sadie grabs a skull from the ground. She uses it to jam the gears. The skull crumbles into pieces and the gears begin to turn. While the boys climb, the Jaguar crawls under the opening gate. Sadie dashes over to the makeshift dart ladder and climbs. The Jaguar draws near, and the dart under Sadie breaks. Noah grabs her hand and she climbs the rest of the way up. The trio watch from the platform above. The platform rocks. The trio use their weight to shift the platform back and forth. Mikey, Sadie, and the boys crash through a wooden door. They land hard on the other side. They get to their feet. Now in a tunnel, Noah shines a flashlight. Sadie puts a hand on Dudley's shoulder, who reaches for a button on a wall. Dudley walks over the sandy ground ahead of the others, then begins to sink. Sadie races over to Dudley and falls into the quicksand. Noah tries to reach for his brother's hand, then jumps back. He presses a button and they sink further. He firmly presses another. Noah slams his hand on a weathered stone button carved with ancient symbols. Moments later, sand pours from the wall and fills the room, lifting Sadie and Dudley from the pit. Sadie hugs Dudley. Relieved, Noah runs to join them. Above, the flow of sand from the chute stops. Sadie hesitates, then follows her brothers into the next room, where Noah's flashlight illuminates a statue's face. Sadie turns him away, then takes a flashlight from his pack and turns it on. The trio proceed into the statue-lined room. They scan the room. As Dudley explores the dim area, he discovers an orange and black creature. He jumps and falls backward. Dudley hits his head on the statue's arm. Its stone hand clutches the half pendant. They try to pry it away. They yank the object from the stone hand. The trio jumps back as gold light illuminates the statue from its center. They look around the room as the stone statues come to life, consisting of Thack and the rogue guards. An evil smile forms on Thack's face. In the room of ancient warriors, the trio look on with frightened gazes. Sadie and the others dash away as more former statues hack at cobwebs to free themselves. Up ahead, the trio dodge arrows. They stop in a tunnel as Sadie checks the map, with Thack and his men close behind. Sadie runs left. Dudley runs ahead. The men corner Sadie in the other tunnel. In the other tunnel, Mikey jumps onto Thack's head and attacks. As Sadie runs off, Thack drives his weapon into a nearby wall. He pulls it out and stares ahead furiously. Meanwhile, up ahead, with a frightened look, the boys push hard against the stone, which falls out on the other side, forming a hole. Dudley falls through the opening, while the warriors close in on Noah. Dudley tries to pull his brother out through the hole. The warriors lose their grip, and Noah falls out. The boys run as the men try to crawl out. In the tunnels, Sadie comes to a stop. She pushes through cobwebs, then holds up and regards the half pendant. A smile forms on her lips. She parts a tree-like barrier and arrives outside in a sun-dappled forest, then fixes her long, dark hair. Her brothers emerge from behind trees, then run over to her. She nods and smiles. The boys smile. She holds out the half pendant. Noah takes it, and they run through the lush forest. It disintegrates against the gold barrier. Now on a raft, Sadie rows. The boys pull along a rope. The men jump into the moats and chase after them. One of them goes underwater. Two others pursue. Sadie hits one of the men with a wooden oar, knocking them back into the water. As Sadie rows, the boys pull along the rope. Something bobs in the water beneath, then moves to the side of the raft and bites the oar, which Sadie discards. She stands and grabs the rope, while Thack rides on a wooden raft behind them. Dudley falls and clings onto the raft. They reach the other side. Gripping the rope tightly, she jerks it up and down. The brothers join in, trying to shake Thack loose as he dangles above the water. A blue barracuda leaps up and sinks its teeth into Thack. He tumbles into the water, thrashing as the current drags him toward a waterfall, then plunges over the edge. At the temple entrance, in the forest, Dudley runs ahead. A torn piece of Dudley's shirt remains on the branch. They arrive at a door. She slams her hand on a button on the stone pedestal, and a door creaks open behind them. Dudley waits at the entrance for his brother. Then the trio step inside and turn on their flashlights. Their flashlight beams move around the dark space. A statue stands at one end. They proceed slowly, then a flashlight illuminates snakes on a wall. Wearing a headlamp, Noah stares up at the statue wide-eyed. Their lights illuminate white, slithering snakes. Sadie protectively holds her youngest brother back. A snake coils around Noah, dragging him down. His headlamp and Sadie's flashlight tumble to the floor. Noah pries a snake off himself, then carries it to the statue and puts it into an empty slot. Sadie struggles as she holds back a snake. She brings it over to the statue and releases it into another slot on its head. Noah and Sadie struggle with two more snakes. The snakeheads glow gold as they retract into the statue. Sadie rejoins the boys. Fires glow around the room. On the wall, it looms behind Dudley. He slowly turns as it lowers its head. Dudley runs back as the snake's jaws open. Two shadows cast on a wall behind him as Noah and his sister struggle with the snake. They guide it into the statue. Noah low-fives her and they approach the statue. The snake's mouth slowly opens to reveal a key inside. Sadie carefully retrieves it and exchanges a glance with Noah. Together, the trio make their way to a door. Sadie inserts the key, unlocking and pushing it open. Silver body parts lie on the floor. He smiles, then picks up one of the 3 pieces of the shrine. Dudley takes another. Noah raises an eyebrow. The monkey looks disfigured. They try again. Gold words appear. 4 hours later, Mikey joins them at the shrine. It pats its chest. The trio sit, while Mikey sits on a tree branch above. Sadie sits with Dudley and lowers her head. Noah rests against the wall across. Sadie lifts her head and turns to Dudley. She rubs his back. She nods, puts an arm around him, and pulls him close. Dudley rests his head on Sadie's shoulder. Nighttime, police vehicles arrive outside the temple. The parents stand together as the cars pull up behind them. The sergeant wears an amused expression. He turns and leaves. Kirk steps away, and the parents embrace. Later, Sadie and Dudley lie asleep on the stone floor, while Noah works at the shrine. They sit. He crosses his arms. She nods and smiles. Sadie rises and makes her way back to the pedestal, where she takes off the head. She looks to Noah. He places down the middle piece while she reapplies the headpiece. They sit. She turns away. They turn to Dudley. They approach and tickle their little brother. Dudley lifts and rotates the middle piece. He reapplies the head and a door opens. He looks over at Mikey, who's fast asleep, then follows the others out. They stop at the entrance of another room. Clouds swirl at the center, lit by lightning. Noah pulls an apple from his pack and tosses it. The others watch as it disappears through the cloud-like floor between dark stone platforms. Lightning strikes, leaving a scorched apple smoldering at their feet. Dudley wobbles on a stone platform, nearly losing his footing. As he jumps to the next, lightning strikes the platform he just left. Sadie clutches her brother, both balanced on the same platform. Outside, Thack inspects a piece of fabric from Dudley's shirt. At the temple's entrance, the parents approach the sergeant. An officer approaches. The men return to the other officers. One attempts to use a jackhammer, but a glowing golden shield blocks it. Kirk steps up next to the mother. In the treasure room, lightning strikes around the two siblings. They jump onto a sinking stone, then to a safe one. Noah leads the trio down the steps and grabs the other half. The statue cracks, glowing gold from within. At the top of the stairs, the trio slowly turn. Below, stone fragments crumble, revealing Zuma. He looks up at them as Noah steps forward. He removes sunglasses. Chet puts down the bag with wires sticking out. He holds them up. In Medusa's lair, Thak breaks off a piece of the statue. In the treasure room, Noah holds up two halves of the pendant. An arrow hits Zuma's neck. Thak enters. Zuma turns, then collapses. Bending down, Noah places the two halves in his pack, which sits on the floor, and pulls out a Tor replica. He heads for the gap. He holds the replica over the pit. Chet arms the bomb. In the treasure room, Thack seizes Sadie holding her near the edge with one foot dangling over. Sadie looks back up at the others, lips parted, then to the stone platforms which float above the clouds below. She looks back to Noah, who holds the replica over the cloudy abyss. Noah glances down. She smiles, then shakes her head. Nearby, Dudley frowns. Sadie nods to Noah. Noah thrusts the replica back over the pit. He holds it out to Thack. Thack snatches it and roughly pulls Sadie away from the edge. She rejoins the others as he inspects the two replica halves in his hands. He presses them together, but nothing happens. Thack tries several more times. Noah and Sadie exchange a glance before Noah crouches. Thack pulls the pieces apart, inspecting them, then glances at his blackened palms. Noah sprays Thack in the face. Noah heads to his pack and pulls out the real pendant halves. Gold light blasts from the pendant, knocking the men down, outside the temple. In a montage, Noah dons safety gear and a hard hat. Noah runs out of the room while the guards hold the others back. Mikey stomps on a guard's foot and knocks down another with a bamboo post. Thack and his men chase Noah down the stairs. A thrown dagger narrowly misses him, embedding in a rock wall. A hand quickly yanks it out before resuming the pursuit. Zuma battles a guard while Mikey leaps onto another's back and yanks them back by the hair. Noah dashes down a tunnel and passes through Medusa's lair. Zuma struggles with a guard. Sadie grabs a jar and smashes it against the guard's head. Outside, Thack chases Noah through the forest. In the treasure room, Sadie shields Dudley as Zuma ducks to evade a guard's spear swing. Thack clambers along the rope stretched across the moat. Outside, a timer counts down from 1 minute and 30 seconds, while back inside, Noah runs and dodges an arrow. The fight continues in the treasure room. Zuma seizes a guard by the shoulder and hurls him over the edge, sending him plummeting through the storm clouds below. As Noah races through the tunnel, a wooden spear slams into the ground before him. Thack turns to see 2 ropes on the wall. Noah glances back at the spear. Outside, he dons the pendant, then crouches low and eyes the spear. Using the spear as a springboard, he vaults over Thack, grabbing onto one of the ropes above. He climbs up, grabs another rope, and swings across the jaguar cage as Thack clings to his leg. Reaching the other side, Noah grips a rope and pulls out a pocket knife. Noah slices through Thack's end of the rope, sending him crashing to the ground below, where the jaguar prowls toward him. Noah glances back, then runs off. Outside, Noah enters Olmec's room and runs over to his massive stone face. He places the pendant of life into the circular slot. Golden light surges upward as the bomb detonates, the force field absorbing the explosion. Outside, Kirk and the others stare ahead. Meanwhile, Zuma, Dudley, and Sadie race down a tunnel as golden light illuminates the walls. The glow sweeps over Medusa and other statues, bringing them to life as the trio enters Olmec's room. The siblings dash down the steps of knowledge and hurry to Noah, who takes off his hard hat. Olmec remains a statue. Zuma turns in Olmec's direction. Kneeling, he looks to Noah, who steps to Olmec and retrieves the pendant. Approaching Zuma, Noah places it around his neck as Zuma bows his head. He lifts his gaze and rises to his feet, the pendant glowing brightly against his chest. Sadie and Dudley stand nearby, watching as Zuma's subjects kneel before him. Noah faces Zuma standing directly in front of him before he and his siblings also kneel. Nearby, Olmec's eyes glow red, and the front door of the temple slowly opens. Outside, the others watch as the door opens. Noah, Dudley, and Sadie start to leave. The green monkey nods and joins them. Then they leave the temple. The siblings run to hug their parents. Noah turns away from the group as Kirk approaches the temple. They exchange a nod and a smile before Noah flashes the peace sign. Kirk steps inside. The door slowly closes behind him. Noah rejoins the others. Chet approaches the family. A flyer. Sadie takes it. Sadie turns to the family. Noah stares back at the temple, then joins his family. In the temple. Excited, Kirk explores and sees the silver monkey shrine. He bumps into it and knocks it over. The view travels up to reveal Olmec's stone face. He yawns. Fade to black. Credits. Audio description by Audio Vault. Written and voiced by Kyle Warwick-Mathieu. American Humane Association monitored the animal action. No animals were harmed. Legends of the Hidden Temple and all related titles, logos, and characters are trademarks of Viacom International Inc. Copyright 2016, Viacom International Inc., all rights reserved. Logos: Pacific Bay Entertainment, Nickelodeon Productions.